So today I'm actually making a video on why I recommend the Litter Robot 4, and I also want to talk about how the Litter Robot 4 works, just to give you a good idea of if it's worth buying or not. Now I know a lot of you out there are going to be watching this video if you're an Android fan, maybe you're a fan of Android tablets. Well, I know I talk about phones and tablets a lot on my channel, and that's really the primary focus. But every once in a while there is a piece of technology that really changes my life, and to be honest, I just want to tell you about it. I remember when Whisker made the Litter Robot 3, and I actually paid my own money for it. It got delivered, I was so excited, and the reason why I was excited is because I was sick and tired of wasting my time on a dumb litter box. There are some times when I would be out and about, and my wife would not want to deal with the litter box, and I could have peace of mind knowing that everything was fine at home. That's something that I really wanted, and I didn't want to have to deal with scooping nasty stuff every single day. So I wanted a good solution to that, and the Litter Robot 3 provided it, and I used it for years and years. So I've had a lot of experience with Whisker and with their Litter Robot. So the Litter Robot 4 is a device that they did send to me, and they are actually going to be sponsoring this video, so I'm very grateful to Whisker for that. But you have to understand that I do not work with sponsors unless I really believe in their products, and the Litter Robot has been something that is really a big deal to me. Not only that, but Whisker has not told me what to say. They haven't told me some things I'm required to do. I'm just here to tell you how much I really like the Litter Robot and how it can make your life a little bit easier. So let me give you a summary of how this litter box works. Basically, you need to add litter, and whenever you add litter inside the litter box, you add it to this little fill line that's on the inside of the litter box. Once it's all filled up and everything, and once of course you set up the litter box, by the way, there are instructions that are on the inside, and there is an Android app. If you do want to set everything up on your phone, it does actually connect to Wi-Fi, and it allows you to track your cat. So if you want to check their weight, the Litter Robot, it has a scale inside so that you could really detect how your cat is growing or if your cat's having any type of health issues. So if that's important to you, the Litter Robot does help with those type of things. But also it's good as a responsible pet owner to know how often your pet is going to the bathroom, right? You want to know if your pet is actually going regularly so that if there are any type of issues, you could make sure to take them to the vet. So once you set up the Litter Robot and once you set up the app, the Whisker app, you'll have, again, instructions in the box of the Litter Robot. You'll be good to go. You just plug in your Litter Robot, and once it actually gets all set up, your Litter Robot is just going to be waiting for your cat to go to the bathroom. Once that's done, there's a little bit of a sensor that goes off. The Litter Robot knows that someone has entered this litter box, right? And the litter box does not want to move while a cat is inside. So there are multiple sensors inside this Litter Robot to make sure that it's safe. I know there are some insane stories out there when you deal with companies that just aren't reputable and whenever you deal with products that are just unsafe. But this is a super safe product because there's actually sensors that can detect when your cat enters the litter box and when it leaves. And there's even that scale that can determine that something is in there that actually has a little bit of weight to it. So when your cat does leave the litter box, there's a little bit of a timer, and that does give the litter time to clump up. You do want to use clumping litter whenever you use the Litter Robot. That is very important. Another thing is make sure that you have a trash bag at the bottom of the Litter Robot. You don't have to use the ones that Whisker provides, but they do sell trash bags if you are wanting to use theirs. You can also use a regular trash bag, no problem. You just wrap it around and then you just push it in the drawer. So what's going to happen is after the timer is done, it's going to give the litter a few minutes to clump up. It's actually going to sift all that nasty litter, and it's actually going to put that in the trash bag. And then it's going to put all the good litter back so that your cat can use the bathroom in a good, safe place. That is super important because if you are a cat or even if you're a human being, right? If you want to go to the bathroom, you probably want to go to the bathroom in a safe place, in a clean place. You don't want to go to the bathroom with a bunch of nasty, stinky litter hanging around. And I know for a lot of us, we don't want to use a toilet that's already been used. And that's sort of what cats have to do sometimes. If you don't empty the litter box, maybe you're at work all day, maybe they go to the bathroom at 10 a.m. while you're at work, and then they go again at 1 p.m. and they have to use a used up litter box, which is dirty, it's really filthy, and it's just not something I would want my cat to do. So by using awesome technology like this, number one, you're making sure that your cat can go to the bathroom in a clean place. You're also saving on litter cost. So when we think about the cost of the litter robot, I understand that it does cost some money, but you have to understand that litter does cost a lot of money too. And whenever you leave something clumping up for longer, naturally it's going to waste more litter because it's going to clump up in a bigger ball than it needs to. But if you just give it a few minutes, it's going to sift out that nasty litter so that your cat can continue to use the bathroom in peace. And that is really, really important. So not only is the litter robot saving you money because you don't have to worry about all that, it gives you peace of mind knowing that your cat is actually going to be able to go to the bathroom in a reasonably safe and clean place. But one of the biggest things that the litter robot does for me is it just saves me time. So it does have an app, the Whisker app, that I use on my Android phone and on my Android tablet. So I can actually check up on the cat, and if there's any type of issue, it'll send me a notification. If the litter box is full, it will send me a notification again. So there's a lot of things I could check on. Maybe the litter is getting a little bit low. Sometimes the trash bag, I would say I only have to empty it about once a week, which is really, really nice. But sometimes you might have the litter that gets a little bit lower, even though the litter box itself, it's not full yet. So I might have to add a little bit of litter every now and again and add it to that fill line. And you can use any of your own clumping litters. So I actually use a brand from Amazon, but you could use any clumping litter. Absolutely no problem. It should work just fine. But if you want to use Whisker's litter, they do have a litter that they did make for the litter robot, and that is going to be really, really nice for you. But for me, I just don't have to worry about any of this, and I get to save a lot of time. So I get peace of mind, I save money, but also time. Time is money in our culture, right? And whenever you think about it, think about how many times you go to the litter box. This is not a sales pitch. Like, I am serious. This is a really big deal. This is why I bought one of these in the first place. I was a young kid with not a lot of money. I wasn't making a ton of money in my early 20s, but I still bought one of these because I knew that the litter robot would save me so much time and it would save me so much hassle, and that would be a huge deal for me. So I got the Litter Robot 3, and what happened is I found out that every 5 minutes, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 10, but going down to your basement or wherever you keep that litter box, right? Going down there every single day for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Think about how much time that is over a year. Because the litter box, you can't leave it for 2 or 3 days. It's gonna get disgusting, and you're not gonna want your cat to have to deal with that. So you're probably gonna go once or twice a day to the litter box, and that is just way too much time. That could be 5 or 10 minutes a day for 365 days a year. I'm telling you, if you average out that cost and you think about what a fast food worker makes, you're gonna make back all of your money within like a couple of years. The litter robot is worth it, and it's worth the cost. Even if it costs a little bit of money, I know there might be some cheaper alternatives out there, but you have to remember safety is also important too. And you don't wanna trust your cat's safety with some random company, because we have heard crazy reports out there. You want a company that actually is reputable. Whisker is actually in your local Best Buys. They're in a lot of reputable pet stores. So if you want a good brand, you want to save time, you want to save money, and if you want to keep track of your cat's health, the litter robot is a really big deal. Now you might be wondering, what about if I have, I don't know, issues with it? What if it gets dirty? Well, you could empty the litter box anytime you want and empty all of the litter. It is good to do that every few weeks just to keep the litter nice and fresh. And if it's been more than a few weeks and you're wanting to clean out your litter box and actually clean it, you could actually empty out all of the litter and you could just detach the globe. It's actually pretty easy to do. You could just unplug everything and then you go take it outside. You could actually wash out the globe. You could wash it out with a hose. That's something that I do outside, no problem. And once you have it washed up, you could always use a towel or use some paper towels to get it cleaned up. You probably want to get all this done within a reasonable amount of time so that your cat isn't waiting on their toilet, right? So once you get all of that done, you just put it right back. You can clip it right in. It's actually fairly easy to take out and to clean and to put back when you need it. The other cool thing is they actually seal the odor down there. So there are little seals on the litter boxes and they are pretty easily replaceable. I know my seals are actually going bad on my litter robot at this point because I've had it for so long. So if you are needing some more seals or little accessories, I know Whisker actually does sell those privately, or you could reach out to their customer service. But what you'll find is they actually have a little bit of a filter inside with the trash bag. They do that to actually keep the smell down a little bit. So it's up to you if you want to put it in a basement. Typically, I do put ours in our basement, but maybe you're someone who wants to actually keep it in your house. Sifting out that nasty litter and putting it in a trash bag right away, that's going to keep your place smelling a lot better than it would just leaving something stinky out in your house all day. And it has a little thing as your cat exits, you could actually use that to catch a little bit of litter. So there's a lot of benefits to getting something like the Litter Robot 4. There's a reason why I recommend it, and there's a reason why I continue to use them as a sponsor. I completely understand it's not an Android phone or an Android tablet, but every once in a while I have to talk about something that I'm really passionate about. And it might sound like a sales pitch to you, but honestly, this is something that I was not told to say. I wasn't told any of these things. I just genuinely believe them. I genuinely believe that if you're someone that wants to save time and you have a cat, it is so annoying to go to a litter box every single day of the year for 5 or 10 minutes a day. So I absolutely believe that that amount of time savings over 2 or 3 years, it is going to be worth spending some money and just not having to worry. You just go down about once a week, you empty the trash, and you go about your day. Just add a little bit of litter when you need it. And check your phone if you're ever worried about what's going on. So overall, I highly recommend the Litter Robot 4. I think it's absolutely great, and I haven't really had many issues with it at all. I would recommend it, and I do recommend Whisker overall as a company. I remember I actually reached out to them about an issue with the Litter Robot 3. This was like 2 or 3 years into owning it, and they just took care of me, and they didn't even know that I was a content creator. I didn't even mention it. So I really appreciate Whisker for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much, and hopefully you learned a little bit of something about this cool technology. I really think that tech, it's not just about our phones or our tablets, but we could use tech like this in our everyday lives, and that's why I'm very passionate about it, and that's why I wanted to make this video. But please stay tuned if you are interested. I am going to be talking about a lot of Android phone content and tablet content soon. So please give me a like on this video if you like it, give me a sub on my channel, and if you really just want to hear about a lot of Android stuff, don't worry, I will be talking about those things soon. So have a great day, and I really, really hope you enjoy your week.